north or south. And what I mean, it's, well, the way I see it, because I'm from Mexico, so I have different perspective of SoCal. To me, North SoCal is Los Angeles area, and then the south is San Diego area, right?
Yeah.
So in this specific instance, how Nexus has a bit of both. I mean, he travels a lot through either Los Angeles, San Diego, and now more recently into Tijuana. The Mexican territory is just, I think it's leveling him up a little bit.
Yeah, no,
more.
for sure. I mean, there's definitely a lot of improvement that comes with, you know, starting to travel more. You being exposed to different play styles, being exposed to different scenes, being like, and different high-level talent, right? Like, it's not that you're simply, you know, the best player in your region. If you want to be the best player in the world, you have to start traveling like that.
Definitely. We got. Is this MFA?
Yeah, it's MFA versus Xavier. Yes. So
don't forget to reply to that.
You look nice tonight. Thank you. Pass the mic. Appreciate it. Trying to look nice, clean, and dapper for EugeneBound here. But no, we're going to be seeing Wii Fit versus Olimar. Yep. Two weird oddball characters. Wii Fit especially. I think Xavier is the only Wii Fit out there really pushing the meta of this character. As far as I know, I'm sure there's other Wii Fits, but like the ones who are but the one who is actually like making like good runs at tournaments. It's Xavier.
Let's see. I mean, we got a couple of Mexican Wii Fits that are pretty good as well, but they're bound to Mexico basically because of paperwork and stuff. So yeah, I mean, special shout-outs to Taco de Germán y, what's the other one? Mitos in Mexico. The two strongest Wii Fits, I'd say, at least active right now. But yeah, I agree with the fact that Xavier is on his own league in terms of pushing the meta with this character, at least in the United States.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've been a big fan of Xavier's play for a while. If you've ever followed him on Twitter, you'll be able to find just combo reel after combo reel. Xavier here is just legendary for getting absurd kills with Wii Fit. Like, but I mean, we were just commentating on one of the MFA sets earlier, not too long ago, and he showed that Olimar also has a pretty nasty punish game. Yeah,
once again, we get a representative from Reno to try to challenge the local here. Xavier trying his best to make sure that stuff is, that the presence is taken seriously, you know, the B&W presence. However,
nice, the double Pikmin toss, knowing that if you recover low, you get caught. If you stay where you are, you also get caught. Like, that's the scary thing about purple Pikmin is it's a projectile that
doesn't travel too far, but
what makes it really good is its base knockback, right? You throw it out there, and if you're close to a blast zone, even if you're at a relatively low percent, Pikmin will still kill you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, after all, it's one of the best tools that Olimar has to offer. I'd say that in neutral, the white one is so good to deal with, so hard to deal with, and so good to just put out. Eventually, one of them will hit out, and you have to take care of it fast. Otherwise, you will start perishing the effects of the white Pikmin, which does damage with the passing of time. Careful here, because we're seeing a very oppressive MFA by the blast zone. Of course, taking advantage of Xavier getting stuck by the ledge to add a little bit of extra pressure on the Wii Fit trainer.
All right. That was a cute little combo from Xavier here, but at the end of the day, he's still in disadvantage, still being pushed to this corner. And, like, I mean, out of all the characters who can get stuck in the corner, though, Wii Fit is one of the best.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They don't mind being caught, being out stage too long. We got Bummel. Hey, listen, you can mash out.
no blue Pikmin. You're fine with getting grabbed.
I suppose so. However, still struggling to recover. Great stuff from Xavier, who manages to not only do it successfully, but also start racking a lot of damage.
Wow.
Taking advantage of the rage to get that stock
rage,
in his favor.
Deep breathing.
Ouch.
Like, all right, that Pikmin had a mission, and it accomplished it.
Successful.
But what Xavier really did take advantage of, like one of Wii Fit's greatest strengths of just being able to like stay around that ledge and like just play using the ledge, and then it let Xavier live to 180 to then set up the getting the kill first, and now Xavier's the one with the lead.
Yeah, lots of exchanges here. Takes a moment to take a breather. Knows that he has to take it slow. Oh my God!
The tech chase!
That's crazy. Goes for the 3 position to make sure that that stock is taken. Great stuff from Xavier. Looking quite aggressive, quite commanding in this first game. We've seen MFA adapt as well, though, so this is going to be a good set for sure.
Xavier is definitely the kind of player where it's like most of the game he's going to be playing like away, hard to hit, throwing his soccer ball, throwing his, you know, charging up his deep breathing or whatever. And then he hits you, and then you explode. And we're seeing that in like full force here.
Absolutely.
Oh, the reverse soccer ball. I love to see it.
Yeah, so far we're starting up quite aggressively for Xavier, but immediately MFA brings it back in terms of percentage. Got to be careful. Goes for the attempt of a hard read that could have been devastating for the little big head Olimar. Great parry. Just needs to be very patient. No Pikmin outside, but it's okay. Doesn't matter too much. Only has a yellow one, but that's all he needs until Xavier comes back with a very aggressive but safe recovery.
Yeah, no, there's sometimes a good advantage to only having like one Pikmin at a time, especially if that Pikmin does what you want it to do. Like yellow, they're 50% bigger than the average Pikmin.
Extending the hitbox, yeah.
So like having that makes you a swordy as Olimar if you're, which
of
is
swords. Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually.
Yeah.
And you know, it doesn't. You don't always have to have a full line of Pikmin, but MFA is definitely a great player at controlling Pikmin. That I don't think it matters too much.
Now careful here because Xavier knows that he cannot overextend too much, and as he does that, MFA will take advantage of that, making sure that the yellow Pikmin is used at its most extent. Great stuff to make sure that damage is dealt, but look at him go. Xavier almost bringing it back. Those parries have been on point from MFA as well. Look at him go every single time. He's parrying the headers.
Yeah, no, MFA is really pulling things together in this game. Like game one, Xavier definitely like stole a comeback out of there by just not dying until 180. But this time, MFA is just recognizing that like I just need to. Like, I was still playing good in game one. Like, you only beat me because Wii Fit has some really just like nasty kill setups. And as long as I play to my game plan and just, you know, hit you harder than me, it's gonna be an easy victory.
Here's the hard part. Xavier's not managing to get that first stock just yet. It's costing him so much because even though he just got it, even with the recovery every time he takes a deep breathing, you know that MFA is one hit away, especially with a purple Pikmin at hand, to get this stock out of his way. Pressure is on. I mean, he could take advantage of the rage. Still not on his phase 3. He's just missing 1 decimal in order to reach maximum rage. And as I say that, Xavier gets it. He could very well take this stock. Unfortunately, he takes a purple Pikmin to the face, and that is it. That is just a bad situation for Xavier to be in because he's going to be put in the blender by MFA.
That down smash was actually such a... No way! Oh my God! MFA, that whole combo, everything about it.
Yo.
The rocket ship up onto the platform, the down smash charge, knowing Xavier is going to do a panic option into the Pikmin snipe.
Yo, that's absolutely crazy. I'm sure Reno is popping off, Nevada maybe as a whole as well. That was crazy good indeed. Just guts work from MFA, just knowing where to catch Xavier. After all, he had a very commanding lead to begin with. He was Xavier was struggling to get that second stock. No, first stock. Yeah. He was struggling quite a lot to get that first stock off. So now that we're moving into a smaller stage, maybe trying to fight him head on, trying to suffocate him from closer.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, a lot of people say Olimar is a lame character or whatever, but honestly, MFA is out here proving the haters wrong. Olimar can be hype. And
oh yeah, for sure.
I figured that out for myself after playing him, because I used to hate Olimar just on principle. But then I played him, I was like, actually, no, this character's kind of fun.
A lot of characters are fun. It's just sometimes you have to hate the player.
Yes.
You know?
It is.
You know what I mean?
If a character is lame, more often than not, it's the player who's lame. Thank you.
I'm going to get canceled for sure. Game number 3 ahead of us. We got a very well executed MFA. He's currently not only holding center stage, but also forcing Xavier into what seems to be an uncomfortable situation. And I do this in air quotes because you know that a Wii Fit trainer is always comfortable off stage, right?
True.
But the pressure that MFA has been putting on Xavier is something that makes you question that statement.
Yeah, no, Xavier here being able to find that stock at the back air here. Olimar running up with the up smashes though. You got to be. Olimar definitely wants to get an up smash at low percent. You have to be so careful of that. And Xavier here, just he's doing fine. Just struggling to like find any meaningful openings. Both these players are kind of just like playing it back. And when both characters can play it back, typically that's what situation Olimar likes to be in.
Now, this is actually one of those situations. We got an Olimar with 2 purple pigments. We got an Olimar in the center of the stage. However, Xavier does a phenomenal job at putting a little bit of extra pressure, forcing him off the ground just a little bit. But MFA retaliates to answer for that same aggression. Gotta be careful. You gotta be super careful when recovering here, because you know that you are within murder distance from MFA with those double purples.
Yeah, no, MFA has been so good at catching the rolls from ledge here, setting up the ledge trap, really putting people in that mindset of like, I have to get back to center stage. And MFA is so good at capitalizing on that fear. No way, not again. He makes it like he is so good at using purple Pikmin, but what I love about MFA more than a lot of other Olimar players is he can get the double purples and then he uses them as projectiles off stage too. He's fine with throwing the Pikmin away because he's like, if it hits you, die.
All right, great stuff though. Xavier finally getting that second stock. Gotta be careful. He could still bring this back. He only needs a couple conversions in his favor. Ooh, careful. Red Pikmin finally doing its job, getting a little bit of extra knockback there. Gotta be extremely careful because the recovery can't be super hasty.
And that's a problem with Olimar, is if you don't have any Pikmin, you suddenly have a lot less attacks. And so Xavier not getting hit by an up smash out of shield, giving him just maybe one more chance? No, not today.
Oof, that's gonna be it. Great stuff from MFA, 2-1. Also, just for information, is that JDV that I'm seeing? Is that JDV? Yeah. Okay, so for those of you who are not watching the mainstream, JDV just upset MK Big Boss. That's actually
that's a huge upset. I was commentating his double sets today, and JDB was playing so good. He was consistently taking like 4 to 5 stocks every double set game.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Now, to shift back our focus into what we have ahead of us, we have game number 4. MFA, representative from Reno, Nevada, still on a bit of a lead, but look at Xavier just going for it, getting the header, but not quite enough to get that stock. He's still putting out the pressure.
It's not over yet. Like, okay, goes for the down air, but MFA does find it back to the stage, but not after MFA put the fear in him.
Yep.
All right, good spot dodge to avoid the Pikmin train. Except you're still going to get hit by the rocket ship.
That's a lot of damage on Xavier. Then you go down air, I believe. Was that it? Yeah, I think so.
I kind of love short hop down air out of shield.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it's just like it reminds me of Andrik actually, because I was watching his sets yesterday, and the way he uses down air, it's just so in your face all the time, and like. I liked how Xavier was able to use Wii Fit's down air as a tech chase option.
Oh, great spot dodge. He's going to, that's going to allow him to just add a little bit of extra pressure. Safe approaches from Xavier. He's not committing to them. And that, I mean, that's a double-edged sword. You're getting close for nothing, really. It could put you in a bad position, but he's doing a phenomenal job at taking advantage of those situations where they go unpunished.
Yeah, exactly. And Xavier here really, you know, what a reversal from the previous game, right?
For sure.
Like, that's a really, like, that's the secret behind Xavier's like plays. When they find their openings, you're going to die.
See.
And like as long as Xavier can play to his game plan, it's
Ow.
Careful. I've seen these clips before. I was worried where I was going.
But it's fine here. MFA is slowly taking a breather, knowing that he can take. Oh, there you go. All right, a couple pummels, no spike though, but still getting some ledge presence from MFA. He knows that he has to recover aggressively, and he does that, knowing that a header might come out, or maybe even a salutation, sun salutation, that has been working to just keep MFA at bay.
All right, we got a simple up throw. All right, Purple's gonna smack you in the face. Get out of my way. MFA's barely gonna live that one. You know, you had to have such a perfect DI to get out of that.
Yeah, that was super close. Logan says that this is a winnable game from MFA, and I think I actually agree. I mean,
yeah,
he doesn't need too much. Maybe a good read. Oh, there you go. He gets sniped with an up air. And just like that, we're going to game number 5.
Yeah, no, Xavier really finding the route to seal up game number 4, and we are now going to be going to game 5 between both these competitors. Honestly, I'd be happy with either one of them moving on in the bracket. Like, I think that both these players represent their characters in such exciting ways.
See.
And so, like, and I don't know. You don't see much Olimar and Wii Fit these days, so I'm happy with both of them.
Yeah, so for this game number 5, by the way, people, if you manage to hear something in the back, it's just an announcement that Diego de Fuego is doing, I assume regarding Best of the West, which is the 3rd Mexican major that we've ever had here in Mexico. So please make sure that if you have the opportunity to fly down to Arizona and then drive a little down to Nogales, Mexico, do it. The Mexican major is just across the border, and it's just so important for us to have you there. Game number 5, once again, we have an incredibly oppressive MFA who's already putting Xavier very close to those triple digits.
He was looking for a kill at 40. Still might find it.
Well, not at 40 anymore.
No, not at 40. No.
Yeah, good damage on Xavier.
Yeah, no, Xavier here really playing just, there it is. He was stood there, he was like, most people would expect me to grab here, but I know you're going to roll. And so I'm going to chase you with this down air, and like the tech chase down air, it's actually working so well for Xavier here, and he's got a really comfortable lead in this final game.
Yeah, he's racking up a lot of damage still, canceling that deep respiration, knowing that he cannot afford that extra time. Needs a bit of a breather as well, but it's also very high percent, so there's not much that he can do. He goes off stage to get it, fishing for that grab with the blue Pikmin, and not quite getting it just yet. That's a lot of pressure that Xavier exerting on MFA. Still beautiful tech into the grab throw with the blue Pikmin.
Yep. No, blue Pikmin up throw. It did its job. Throw it away. Now we're on to this lineup of Pikmin instead. And is it going to be enough for MFA to, mount this comeback? Hard to say.
Hard to say, hard to do. I think at this point, Xavier is doing a phenomenal job, putting a lot of pressure this time with the sun salutation on the ledge. MFA, good patience, waiting, unfortunately.
He had the read, but was just a little bit too late to pull the trigger.
Yep.
Oh, dude, goodbye, Purple. Just eat the sun salutation. I want to say it's a get down, Mr. President, but I think Olimar just spaced around it.
Yeah, at this point, Xavier's looking really comfortable, putting pressure with the header on the platform. We only have a red and a purple Pikmin on MFA side. The whistle gets absolutely blown away with a bit of a spike, a header spike from Xavier, who's looking phenomenal right now. He's putting him all the way up to the triple digits. We know that MFA could still bring this back, but it's going to be unsurmountable. It's going to be extremely hard, and just like that, we get the fist bump, we get the handshake after all. Xavier pops off immediately.
The
for
delayed pop-up, the respectful handshake, like,
Right.
you are a great competitor, and then you pop up, like, yeah, I did it.
And goes into the frame one hug from Diego del Fuego. So good stuff from Xavier, not only staying in bracket alive in the loser side of things, but also enough to keep on defending.